You're not too emotional, my friend. You're just disconnected from what your emotions are trying to tell you. And that one emotion most people ignore, anger. And it's actually the one that can change your life the fastest. Hey, my friend. Welcome back to the channel. If we have not met, I am Danny Simonis, founder of Sacred CEO, and I initiate women into conscious leadership. We move from spiritual seeker to spiritual leader. My friend, we've been conditioned to believe that emotions are either good or bad. And some emotions, those are okay to feel. We want to feel those emotions, right? But there's other emotions like anger that mean something bad or something wrong, right? Maybe you were told, don't be angry, right? Calm down. That's just too much. Or maybe you saw anger expressed in a way that felt unsafe, right? So you made that mean that anger is bad, that being angry is you being out of control, and you don't want to be out of control. Anger can be dangerous. So, yeah, let's not feel that thing. But here's what I want to invite into this conversation. Emotions are information. Let me say that again. Emotions are information. All of them. My friend, to be alive is to feel. That is one of the beautiful journeys of being human. When you stop feeling, right? Like you've probably heard people say, like, oh, I feel dead inside, or I felt dead inside, right? That is a disconnection, right? You are disconnected from your emotions. You're disconnected from being alive. And so we don't want to stop feeling, right? A lot of the times people numb out, right? Not ask like, what's your emotion? Like, what are you feeling right now? And they're like, nothing. I'm like, okay, that's a clear sign that they are disconnected, right, from the emotional energy. And it could be because they don't want to go there, right? Or they don't want to feel that, whatever that is. Anger is one of the most powerful forms of information that your body can give you. When you feel anger, right? First off, emotions are energy in motion. You might have heard this, right? Energy in motion. So energy is moving. If we think about this from a vibrational frequency, right? We have emotional energy that might be in those slower type waves, right? We've seen this in scientific studies, or they might be in faster, right? The peaks might be lower or they might be deeper, right? Depending, it's that vibrational frequency, and all the emotion is that it's that movement depending on what emotion we're talking or we're feeling, right? So this anger is simply just energy. That's all it is. And it's something that is telling you, your body, right, is saying like, hey, something's not right, right? There's something that was crossed here. Maybe a boundary was crossed. Maybe something that a truth that you have isn't being respected or honored. And so there's something, right? Your body is feeling, it's reacting to whatever has just happened. And all of that has happened within here. It's happened within the mind. Because if we've made something mean something bad or good, right? And in my book, nothing is good or bad. It just is. We place a meaning upon it, which makes it so, which makes it good or bad. So if we're saying that anger, if we have this belief because again, maybe we saw the anger and was like, I don't want to be like that, right? Or maybe we were told not to have that anger, that's you're being crazy, right? You're crazy. No, it's simply your body moving an emotion, okay? So all emotions having information means that there's something probably underneath that anger, something that's probably deeper, something that is for you to look at. So oftentimes for me, when I'm looking at anger, when I'm feeling anger, there's usually some form of hurt in there, sadness even, right? And sometimes it can be rejection, right? Or maybe I'm feeling unseen or unheard or not understood, right? And that's what it actually is. It's not the anger. The anger is just like the siren, the like telling you, hey, something is here for you to look at. So when the emotions, so what happens, I know for me, my love used to call me a Coke bottle because I used to hold all the emotions in and then I'd explode, right? And what was happening was these little hurts or even the sadness or the frustration would just build up and build up and build up and build up and build up until I couldn't take it anymore and I would just explode. And so, what I want you to know, my friend, is that you are not getting randomly triggered. You've been ignoring something. You've been ignoring something for a while. So, instead of suppressing that anger or trying to think your way out of it, what actually needs to happen is we need to move through it. So I've got a somatic practice for you that I want to give you. I'm going to give you a high level overview, right? A walkthrough of this somatic practice that you can do to work with anger. Now, you can substitute any emotion you want in here, any of the emotions that might be deemed bad emotions, or any emotion that you might be feeling that's maybe on the lower vibrational frequency, right? Because, when we're feeling happy and joyful, right? Also, that is information. Remember, all emotions are information. Happiness is showing you what makes you feel good, right? Joy, it's like, right? This beautiful feeling of joy. It's all information, my friend. Pay attention to all emotions and the information that is coming through. So here's the process that I want to walk you through. You can take as long or as short as you want with this information. But what I'm going to highly recommend is that you do it like you trust your body. You trust what your body needs. You trust yourself. And so if this takes you an hour, my friend, by all means, that's what needs to happen. If it takes you 5 minutes, that's what needs to happen. Trust yourself. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to stop thinking about anger. You're going to start feeling it, okay? There's a big difference between thinking about anger, like thinking about what got you upset, and feeling the anger. I'm going to invite you to feel the anger. So you might need to trigger that feeling by thinking about whatever it is that you're angry about. Or if you're in that angry feeling already, you're dropped in, right? Standing with your feet grounded on the floor. I'm going to highly recommend that you stand for this. And then I want you to just let yourself feel the anger fully, right? Drop that in, not the story of what happened, but the sensations that you're feeling in your body. Notice what you are feeling in your body. Where do you feel this anger? Is the anger in your chest? Is it in your belly? Is it in your shoulders? Is it in your back, your legs? Like, where is the feeling of anger? Oftentimes for me, it's like it's right up here in my chest. It's just, I can feel it right here, right? Then we're going to move it. So I want you to trust your body here. Our body is one of the most intelligent things that we have. This meat suit, this body that we are given in this lifetime, this right here is so intelligent. So I want you to trust that it knows what to do. So when you're feeling this anger and maybe you're feeling it in your chest, maybe you want to tap on your chest. Maybe you're like, right? Or maybe you want to move and start shaking. Maybe it's somewhere different in your body and you feel like you need to stomp it out, right? Or maybe some of us like sound, right? There's a lot of the times there's primal sounds that want to come out like, oh, right? And sometimes I'll like squat down and just yell it out because that's what I need to do. Sometimes you just maybe need to punch a pillow, right? Grab a pillow, punch it, or scream into it. If you don't want to make like a loud sound, there's times where, you might go into, the forest if you're in an area where you can do that, the woods, or where you can kind of go away from people if that feels more comfortable for you. Or if you can't do that, like you've got a shower, right? You've got something that you can do to actually move the energy, but let your body express whatever it's, and then I want you to give it a voice. So sometimes these kind of work together, like, I'll start tapping my chest, and then I'll start giving it the voice, like, "I'm angry I'm angry that they did this, I'm angry that this happened, I'm angry," and I'm letting the anger speak. I'm letting it have a voice, my friend. That is so powerful. Moving your body and giving it a voice is probably one of the most powerful things that we can do, because if you grew up like me, you were probably, you know, don't say that, don't do that, right? Don't have that emotion. And so when you can express it, it's so freeing to your body and your soul. So give it that voice. Say whatever it is, like, I'm so angry, whatever that is, okay? And then after you've kind of let it all out, and trust me, it might take a few minutes, it might take just a few seconds. When you first start this, it might take a little bit longer. So I'm gonna give you that heads up. It might take a little bit longer because maybe you're not used to it, right? First off, or you have a lot built up anger that you're wanting to release, right? And after you've kind of settled, there's a point where you'll kind of feel it and you're like, oh, yeah, and there's, like, this deep breath. Your body will just, like, relax because it will feel so good that it's just released all of this stuff. Sometimes you might start crying, right? Sometimes you might start laughing. There's more emotion that is still, like, kind of fueling out, and that's okay, okay? After you kinda get into that space, you wanna look at what's the message, right? What do you need to know? Like, what was behind this, right? And just allow it to come through. You might feel it in a sensation, you might have a memory, a thought might come through, and then we wanna direct it, okay? We wanna say, like, "What do you now choose?" Like, now that we've released and we've made space for this in our bodies and our energy from this anger, what do you now choose? And declare that, right? I declare whatever. I declare that this is, that I'm going to speak up. I declare that I'm not going to be, dismissed. I'm not going, right? Whatever that is, like, I declare that I deserve to be seen. I deserve to be heard. I am being heard. Declare that. My friend, this emotion, anger, all emotions, they are here, especially anger, to empower you, right? To help you see where maybe you need to set different boundaries, where you're being called to speak your truth, where you're called to even stop shrinking, my friend. So, if you've been feeling more triggered lately, more reactive, more emotional, nothing is wrong with you, my friend. We just got to start listening to what the emotions have to say. And the moment that you do, my friend, that's where things shift. Because anger is not bad. Anger is your guide. My friend, if this resonated with you, start paying attention to your emotions differently this week. And if you want more tools like this, I've got resources down below to support you, like our daily spiritual practice and 22-day somatic breathwork reset called Release and Rise. My friend, have a beautiful rest of your day, and be sure to check out the next video here on the channel. Until next time, remember to keep shining your unique light.